So the Dolphins must have heard me because they signed 2 tackles today. What is up, Finn fans? Got a few signings today we're going to talk about. And then I think I'm going to talk a little bit about Jalen Ramsey a little bit because he's finally in the building. It all became official. He had a little bit of a presser. Very excited for that. But let's jump into the signings today. The one I like the most from today. Bam. This one. Miami Dolphins signed Braxton Berrios to a 1-year deal. Probably like a vet minimum. Probably looking at $1.5 million to $2 million. I like this move a lot. I think he fits the Trent Sherfield position because I don't see them bringing back Trent Sherfield. He's like a Wes Welker type, and we have Wes Welker as a wide receivers coach. I like his combination with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. Cedric Wilson, I don't know what's going on with him, but you also have Eric Izukoma. I like the move, and he's a punt kick returner, so we don't really got to worry about that. I like this move a lot. Mike White reunited with Braxton Berrios, and also the Miami Dolphins signed guard/center Dan Feeney. And if you ask who, yeah, pretty much. If the Jets let you go, that means you weren't good enough to be a starter for the Jets, who have an absolute horrid offensive line. They let you go, we pick you up, right? And then they re-signed Garen Christensen. We picked him up. I think he was a waiver claim the last week of the season, so we re-signed him. And we re-signed fullback John Levitt. Love it. So out of all of the free agent tackles, we've signed... Let me just go over my notes real quick. I just want to make sure. All right, hold on. Hold on a second. Just looking at my notes because I have like free agent and who we re-signed and who we signed, right? So I'm checking the free agents, right? Not re-signed tackles, because we saw how the offensive line was last year, right? I'm just checking free agent signing. Who are the veteran that they brought in that could help push maybe Austin Jackson and, if anything, be better, help the blind side? You take the 7, you multiply it by 14, you carry the 9. Okay, none. They still haven't signed a tackle. Still haven't signed a tackle. They've brought back all of the tackles that did so well for the Miami Dolphins last year. 22nd ranked offensive line in the NFL. Top 5 giving up pressures, hits, hurries. Tua ranked 34th in time to on the exterior. And I'm not blaming Teron Armstead. He was beat up. But he got beat up, and who came in? Not good. Not good. And the one guy who actually did well when Austin Jackson got banged up and got injured, played 2 games last year, they didn't re-sign him, though. Brandon Shell, they didn't re-sign him. I know it's day 2 of free agency. I will say this. There's 2 tackles that are still available in free agency that when I look at their PFF grade, when I look at their ranking with other tackles, when I look at all that other stuff, I'm like, all right, they can be good. And that's Jermaine Umenyiora, who the Dolphins had on the team in 2021, and then released him, and then he went to the Raiders. He had a 75.3 PFF grade, 21st out of 81 tackles. That should be good. And then Cameron Fleming, who's 30, but he was ranked 29th out of 81 tackles, had a 72.6, and then last year he had a 71.7. So consistent 70 pluses in his passing and, his blocking PFF grades. And they're cheap. You're looking at like $2.5 million a year, give or take, for 1 or 2. Get them both. Fleming has bounced around the league over the last few years, but he's earned a career high 72.6. grade on his blocking, 976 snaps. 30-year-old tackle, also put his swing tackling prowess on display. Cameron Fleming. Go out and get Cameron Fleming. He was with the Broncos last year. We have the Broncos offensive line coach. There should be familiarity. If they go out and get Cameron Fleming, I'll take a deep breath and I'll relax. But I don't know. I do not like what they're doing with the offensive line. I'm getting a lot of pushback. Not a lot. I'd say I'm getting a good amount of pushback from some people who are like, you can't sign everybody and you can't do this, you can't do that. If I had it my way, the most money we would spend on a free agent would be at the right tackle position. I wouldn't go splashy at running back. I wouldn't go splashy at tight end. I wouldn't go splashy at linebacker, which they haven't. They didn't go splashy at running back. They didn't go splashy at linebacker, and they didn't go splashy at tight end. They still haven't signed another one. They made a big splash with Jalen Ramsey. Other than that, no free agent signing has been a splash. Make a splash at right tackle. Protect Tua's blind side. But they haven't done it yet. And I say yet because Barry Jackson did come out and say Dolphins have at least been exploring the right tackle market, FYI. Not sure when where it ends up, but while they still believe in Austin Jackson can be a good player at right tackle, I do not believe he will simply be handed the job. Still months left this offseason. I don't want hand-me-downs. That's my problem. I don't want hand-me-downs. There's good tackles that just didn't get signed. And I'm going to be overly critical of this and overly critical of this position until it gets addressed. And if it doesn't get addressed, I'm still going to be overly critical because it's been a problem since 2016 when we had the unicorn offensive line and we had a very good rushing game and we made the playoffs and we clinched before the season was over. So until that happens, so if you're like, leave it alone, this and that, I'm sorry, but it's important that the offensive line is good. I want to win games. I want to win a championship. You should want the best at every position. Doesn't mean you got to pay the best, but I want the best. And Caleb McGarry would have been such a good move. 86.6 grade at PFF, 4th ranked out of 81 tackles. He goes back to the Atlanta Falcons for not that much. Oh, they should have got him. Really chaps my cheeks. But real quick, we're going to look at what Jalen Ramsey has to say. The biggest thing that I got from Jalen Ramsey's presser, which if you want to watch it, it's on the Miami Dolphins YouTube channel. Go check it out. It's about 28 minutes long. Is that how badly he wanted to play for Miami. Like he really badly wanted to come and play for Miami. And I think the fact that Xavier Howard met with him, and that's also on social media, you can go see Xavier Howard meeting up with him, giving him a tour of the facility, all that good stuff, shows that he's not coming here for the money. Right, he's coming here to do something special. He's coming here. Him and X went to the Heat game last night. I like this, right? And again, I talked about it in the video I think earlier today about how happy I am with the secondary. But again, that bit me in the butt last time. But I really, really do like this, and I like the addition of not only him but Vic Fangio, and then the little pieces they're adding and how they are different. Right? How David Long is different. He has his health issues, his deep tissue injury history, but the type of player he is, the type of guy who he's a difference maker than Jerome Baker, because he can bust through blocks and get in the backfield like that. Then Deshaun Elliott, how he's played with Brandon Jones. Like I like his play. He's a thumper. He's a hard hitter like Brandon Jones. So that's my biggest takeaway from Jalen Ramsey's meeting his interview is that he wanted to be here. Very, very, very excited for that. Very excited for this defense. The offense, on the other hand, I understand it was 6th, but we had no rush game. Just get a tackle. Please, for the love of God, just get a right tackle. We have depth. That's what the Dolphins are doing right now. They're building depth. Garen Christensen and Don Feeney are depth. They are not starting caliber offensive linemen. Also, they're guards. They brought back Kendall Lamb. They didn't even bring back Shell, who was better than Austin Jackson. They need to calm my nerves. They need to calm my nerves. But if any more moves happen today, I will recap it later tonight like I usually do. But if not, I'll see you guys tomorrow with more free agent videos and all that good stuff. Hope you like it. We're almost at 41,000 subs. So if you new, hit that subscribe button if you like what you see. If you like me being overcritical of the offensive line, you understand why, hit that like button. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one. But like usual, stay classy. FN's up.